Working friend, happy Wednesday. I am live again from my mom's house now that I'm a full-time caregiver. It's a little windy outside today, so I thought I'd sit in the car, so hopefully it's not too noisy for everybody. So I hope you're having a great Wednesday. Welcome to another edition of Networking Know-How, and today I've got a really great topic for you that kind of plays off the big event that happened this past Monday, which was the solar eclipse. And there's a couple of lessons that I've learned that 100% apply to networking and can be the game changer for you. That I've already seen it for myself. It was like just this aha moment. But more importantly, how can you apply this very quickly to experience results fast? So that's what we're going to talk about, our lessons learned from the solar eclipse, but specifically connectedness lessons learned. Because networking can be two different experiences depending on what you focus on. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I see some people watching live. I'm so glad you are here. Get up and chat. Let me make sure I can see chat. Say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. And even if you're watching on replay, I do respond to every single chat. So let me know where you're watching from. So let me introduce myself if we haven't connected yet. I'm Laura Morlando, the Stress Commando, and I am the founder and CEO of Down and Dirty Networking. And we are a virtual online community that is 100% focused and founded on relational networking. So what is relational networking? Relational networking is not traditional networking. Traditional networking is 30-second commercials, sales pitches, and the things that we pretty much default our default setting or default understanding when we think of networking. But here at Down and Dirty Networking, I have long believed there's a second way of networking that I've been training on for years. And I decided to create a community based on relational networking. And what that is having meaningful conversations to build lasting and authentic relationships. We do this by learning from and about people. There are no sales pitches. It's being curious. And the 3 C's of Down and Dirty Networking lean into kind of the solar eclipse lessons that I'm going to share with you. And our 3 C's are to co-elevate, collaborate, and connect. These are the foundations, the tenets of our mission statement here at Down and Dirty Networking. And when you think about it, the order of things was intentional. You have to co-elevate each other. Then you can feel like you could collaborate in thought, idea, resources, conversation. And that is how you truly connect. And that is what I learned with the solar eclipse. Now, previously, truth be told, I have participated and witnessed other solar eclipses, but I had never experienced totality. I thought it was cool, this celestial event, it's something we need to do. So maybe some of you around the United States, or maybe around the globe watching, have witnessed and experienced a solar eclipse. If you have, let me know. And then let me know if you've ever experienced totality. And what I have found is there is a difference between seeing and experiencing. That's the first lesson I learned. I've seen pictures of totality, never experienced it. I've seen pictures of the eclipse and I've experienced partial eclipses. And so I'll be honest, as a full-time caregiver right now and running businesses and dealing with my health, hearing about the eclipse was fun, but it wasn't something that was high on my priority list. And let me know if there's a couple of you watching out there thinking the same thing, like, hey, this is not high on my priority list. But I knew that there was something going on about this whole totality thing. And I was lucky that I lived right in line of the fullest amount of totality. So luckily my mom was resting. Unfortunately, I wanted her to see it, but she was resting. And so I went outside and I was able to experience this with my husband. And so that's the first thing. There's a difference between seeing is believing and experiencing. When you experience totality, there is nothing like it. And what's so interesting is I had bought a book with free eclipse glasses back in 2017 when we had the eclipse here, and we got to see a partial eclipse and experience the way it felt in the sky as the partial eclipse, and it was really kind of cool. And so I went ahead and I found the book, had the glasses, so we're getting ready to see this, and we're listening to everybody that says that you can take your glasses off for full totality. I even made a playlist courtesy of AI and shared it with a bunch of fun people. Now, all of that's fun until totality happened. There are no words to explain what that was like. And in that moment, I heard all of the gasps around the neighborhood, everybody else in their backyards, front yards. It was the most incredible experience that I have ever had. And I just sat there just soaking it all in, trying to pay attention and engage all of my senses so that I could etch this memory. Now I get it. Now I understand why people were saying this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Now I understand why people chase eclipses and become totality chasers. I get it. And here's the interesting part. When everything was over and I'm watching everyone else's reaction and trying to catch up on the news, I go back to the book that I had bought in 2017 where the glasses that I have are. I'm getting ready to put them all back together. I start reading the book again. And every word that's in that book was written truly by someone who had experienced totality because they captured it beautifully. But here's the thing. I had read all of that for the 2017 solar eclipse. Didn't have the same impact. And that's the first lesson when it comes to networking. We all think we know what it is because it's Hi, my name is, let me exchange leads. Until you've experienced relational networking, you do not know what it is. See, I've long trained that networking is a skill, a mindset, and an activity. I've always said the mindset was the thing that was the game changer, and I still stand behind that. But what I've come to learn after experiencing totality, relational networking is an experience. Down and dirty networking is an experience. And every single person who attends and experiences it tells me, oh my gosh, you told me, but now I get it. And that's one of the lessons that I realized. It is about experiencing things. And when you're in the moment of experiencing, that is how you achieve full connectedness. I never felt more connected to everyone in my neighborhood, everyone around the world, the people that's watching on the news, losing their minds as they're seeing totality. And realize I'm here in the house with my mom. And I would both certainly feel pretty alone in those moments, pretty isolated in those moments, but not during the eclipse. I felt the deepest sense of connectedness because they got it. When I saw all of it, I was going back and watching some of the news clips where people were experiencing totality for the first time, and the reactions matched what I felt. When you're in relational networking and you're experiencing true connectedness with someone, there are no words to explain it. There aren't. It is truly an experience that lasts forever and forever changes you. And one of the things that I have learned with regards to relational networking over the years that I've taught all of these workshops and all of these seminars and leadership trainings, and now having established the community down in dirty networking, it's when you experience it that you truly get it. Now, I'll admit it may not be for everybody. There's still a few folks I've heard on the radio that experience totality. They were a naysayer. They're like, oh, that was still pretty cool. But they weren't as moved as I am after seeing it. And that's okay. Not everything is for everyone. But what I will tell you when it comes to networking, do not prejudge that a different experience could actually be different. And it might be something you're absolutely looking for. So if you're looking to truly connect with people, if you're looking to achieve true connectedness, you have to be willing to be open to experience it. So make sure that you are open to experiencing it. Realize you can't just see it. You can't just read the words. You have to actually say yes and then experience it and then decide and then make that decision. So I hope this is helpful for you to recognize how true connectedness can be achieved for you. Now, if you're still wondering more, I still really don't get it. That would be like me trying to explain the really surreal sense, the sounds and the sights that were happening all around when the totality hit. It was unlike anything else. Message me if you saw totality. We can have a conversation. If you want to know more, I'll definitely go on and on. That's not the point here. I can't go on and on. The point here is there were really no words. And it was just one of the coolest experiences I ever had, and I almost missed it. And I'm grateful that I didn't. And I would hope that you would be grateful for experiencing true connectedness, excuse my words, true connectedness by being connected to someone professionally. The people that I have all access pass to me, or I've given them to me, are people that I feel truly connected with, people that I'm really engaged with. And I recognize this because I've experienced a deep and meaningful conversation with them. I've experienced supporting them. I haven't just seen it. I haven't just read it. I've actually had a relationship, because a relationship is an experience. And that is how you can achieve connectedness. And it can happen pretty quickly too. So with that, I'm going to say, if you're curious and you love this, drop the word curious. Drop the word curious. Either message me, whether you're watching on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. Drop the word curious, and or put it in the comments, and I will send you a link, because next Wednesday we are having our Conversations and Connections event that is open to the public. This is your chance to put that curiosity to the test and experience relational networking and see what it is for you. One of the goals that I have been able to achieve for every single person that has attended, whether they decide to do anything with Down and Dirty Networking or not, is not the point. But everybody that's attended, I have been able to raise their vibrational energy. And that's my promise to you. My goal is to raise your vibrational energy by simply attending next week's event. So Conversations and Connections is a public event that's only open less than a handful of times per year for you to experience what relational networking is all about and to experience what Down and Dirty Networking is all about. So if you want to know more, drop the word curious or DM me the word curious on whatever platform you're watching, and I will send you the information. And until next week, here's what I would challenge you to do. Be curious and be open to new experiences. Do not allow past experiences to prejudge and rob you of an experience that could be so rewarding, could actually be a game changer for you personally and or professionally. I would hate for that to happen. And my husband and I are already talking about, okay, where's the next totality event and how can we get there? And if you have the opportunity to ever see totality on a solar eclipse, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. And for those of you that saw it, oh, let's chat. Let's chat. And I would love to hear what your experience is. Maybe it was meh, or maybe not. I'd love to have a conversation with you, and let's connect on that. All right, make sure that you check out all of the other tips and tutorials that we have on our Down and Dirty Networking Facebook and LinkedIn page. And we do have a YouTube channel. Look for Down and Dirty Networking on YouTube. We have playlists curated for you to check out, some different tips for you to network more stress-free, like we do in our community, so that you can have more meaningful conversations. And if you really just want to check it all out and test drive it for yourself and experience it, get an insider's glimpse on what this is all about, drop the word curious, and we'll get you all the information about next week's event. All right, until next week, happy networking and bye for now. Thanks for tuning in.